Hello, it is Garrett, or the Golden Fool, Gorilla Thump, G Thing, whatever you might know me as, and we're back with some more Repentance, baby. From the top, make it drop. That's a wet ass Repentance. So I thought that I had accidentally started a run when I was off stream, but I guess I didn't. So, as promised, 3 years ago when I last recorded, I think said I was gonna play Bethany this time. Fuck. I clicked hard mode, which is definitely a way to do it. So yeah, anybody who's watching is probably a gamer. Shout out and rise up. The end is nigh, and I deserve sex. But you probably know that there's no reason to play hard mode right off the bat. But at the same time, I'm just going to go ahead and say that it wasn't an accident. It was probably just my gamer instinct turning on and saying, hey man, this game is too easy. Why don't we change that a little bit? So Bethany plus Spirit Hearts doesn't happen, but we do get angel deals with Bethany without even really trying. In fact, I don't think Bethany can get devil deals. Now, I don't know if that's a virtue of Book of Virtues, or if that is just a Bethany feature. I think it's a Book of Virtues thing, and since we didn't get an active item, I'm just going to go ahead and pop out some more wisps. But yeah, so we get what is known in the Isaac meta as good items from the angel deal, most likely. I think, yeah, Sacred Heart is unlocked from the beginning. The Lost is the unlock behind Godhead, but there's a ton of really fun items in the Angel Room from the beginning of the game. There's a ton of really fun items in the Devil Room from the beginning of the game. I think Brimstone is unlocked from the beginning, but I'm playing super not great is how I think you would say it in the native tongue. It doesn't exactly translate over from, you know, my original Isaac origin species. I'm from a plane that you cannot accept of top tier Isaac players. So this is still basement 1, so we don't have to worry about a deal at all. And HP is always good. Did we have a sacrifice room? We did not. Okay. So I would like to go to the shop and get a Spirit Heart, which is not a thing for Bethany, so never mind. How is everybody? I feel like I just kind of started the video when it was just shooting off. I've had a pretty fucking weird day, and by that I mean I slept, woke up, slept, woke up, slept, woke up. I'm trying to keep these videos relatively PG. I almost mentioned another activity. That's right, flossing, and I don't mean the teeth, ladies and gentlemen. But I've had a weird day where I slept a lot and didn't feel tip-top, but at the end of it I still felt like doing an Isaac, so that was exciting. Also, I have been flossing lately for probably the first time in my entire life. I've flossed as a recreational activity in the past, kind of just to see what it was like, and I'm sure that I had an experience similar to what most people experience when they floss for the first time and don't do it regularly. They go, ow, this hurts, that's a lot of blood, I see no reason to continue this behavior. I don't know about you, but I feel as though most humans are probably programmed to go, oh, this activity is causing me blood loss, let's not do that activity anymore. God, I have so many jokes that are just not PG, and I'm not trying to like be like a PG channel exactly. It's almost like I'm seeing it as a challenge to myself to see how long I can go without, I don't know, saying the frick word, or please no, not like this. Okay. Or I don't know. I think it could be a good idea to potentially stay relatively nice. I mean, I don't know. I realize that I'm kind of all over the place, but one of my friends, he goes by Freckles. We call him that because he drives a large truck. One of my friends has kind of told me in his later years he's wanted to stop cussing and such, and I didn't really understand it at the time. I was just like, I mean, okay, good for you, but you know, I don't really think that's a mark of maturity or anything. And as I've gotten just a tad bit older, I think I'm on the same page with him. It just feels kind of silly to cuss as much as I usually do. And I don't mind crass humor and like stupid jokes, and of course outside of this I'm probably going to go right back to telling really stupid crass jokes as soon as this video is over. That's actually really good. But I don't know, I just feel like if I can have a situation where I can try to not, of course, is the king of the Pacific Ocean. You know, why not issue myself that kind of challenge? It kind of ties in, almost, with what I was saying about flossing. At the very least, you know, it's a challenge to see if I can continue to do something that improves myself. I'm not great at self-improvement, but I enjoy it, if that makes any sense. I like giving myself these little challenges. It's kind of like about a year or two ago, and I hate being that guy who you know, talks about this kind of thing, but a year or two ago I decided to be a vegetarian, and I haven't gone back since, and it feels good. I mean, it was cool to see, like, if I could challenge myself, you know, as a challenged person, if I could like challenge myself to do something that would be like a radical change and potentially a benefit for my health. And I've been able to keep to it. To my knowledge, I have not had any meat intentionally since then. Now, did that, you know, waitress at Angelo's Picnic Party Pizza in, that's all I'm going to say. I think there's several Angelo's Picnic Party Pizzas. Again, I promised you a little bit more personal information. You can kind of dial in my location with that. Did she get me and my friend's orders? You know, he ordered a bacon pizza. I ordered a cheese pizza. Did she cook them right next to each other? Slice it up and hand it to me with a piece of bacon or two? Yes, she did. Did I break into Angelo's that night and found her W-2s and pay stubs so I could figure out her address? Well, that's for the FBI to decide. It was a simple mistake, but I think I did end up eating a piece of bacon. I got Buddy in a box for some reason. Pog in a box. So you're probably thinking, that was a little silly. You're probably thinking, G-Fool, you're all over the gosh darn place with your topics. And I'll give you an answer for that. I'm not good at this. Again, it's been a minute since I've flexed any kind of content muscle whatsoever. So honestly, just be grateful for the fact that I'm here. And, no, but realistically, I'm trying... Thank you. I'm trying to get better at it. So I think at first these videos, and potentially forever, my brand of commentary is going to be a lot of throw it all at the wall and see what sticks. But it's fun. You know, maybe we'll get into some interesting topics of discussion here and there. Like floss. What's more interesting than flossing, you know? I'll say part of the reason that I'm doing it is because I think everybody's had this experience where they go to the dentist and they're just like, yeah, everything looks pretty good. You don't have any major cavities. Ooh, how often are you flossing? You know, it's like you always feel like you're doing really well, and then they pull out that question to kind of like, actually, I gotcha. I think that's one of the things they teach you in dental school, is to never let your patients have a full amount of confidence so they keep coming back. And I'm really stoked for him to be like, so how often are you flossing? And I'll link him to this video. You frickin' jerkwad. How about you like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll give you that private information, as well as Rebecca's W-2 from Angelo's Party Picnic Pizza. Realistically, I think I've flossed 3 times in the past 2 weeks, so I can't brag that much. I mean, it's pretty impressive, but it's not that great. I've never been the best with dental hygiene, to be honest with you, which I know you're thinking, G-Fool, you're so attractive. How could this be? I'm torn at the seams. But have you noticed this little number? Ah. That's a deep dive into my, we call that a moist pocket where I'm from. I don't know what these where I'm from memes are. I guess I'm trying to insinuate that I'm some kind of fucking Isaac alien from a, you know, a gamer planet. Sent to destroy celibacy. But, yeah, no, I'm missing a tooth, which is not actually due to a lack of like cleaning my teeth. As far as I know, I mean, hell, maybe I never liked cleaning my teeth, so maybe at a young age it was a problem that I caused. But I don't know if I've shared this on the stream or not. But if anything, this is a fun catalog of events, thoughts, and general madness. When I was 11 years old, I had, and like I said, I was 11, so I might be making the name of this up. I feel like I've researched it before and been like, that was not the name, but I always tell people. I had a disease, I believe, called ghost teeth or dental dysplasia. I'm not sure if either of those are actually the correct term, or if I made them up. But basically, I was born with a big, no nerves in the bottom left side of my teeth. And from the description that I remember from the dentist, that is basically a giant invitation for like bacteria to come and kind of set up shop in there. So he was just like, hey, I've got an idea. It seems that your teeth are a hotbed for infection. Clearly the problem is the teeth, so let's get rid of them. And he pulled every tooth in the bottom left side of my mouth, and at the time I had 2 adult teeth. So in the future, when you're asking yourself, you know, why does this Adonis, this beautiful man, this god gamer, does he have any imperfections? The answer is no. But you know, I do have a cute little beauty mark that is a missing tooth. This is exactly what we needed. Also, it sucks that we missed the deal with the devil. Or will likely miss the deal with the angel, I guess I should say. We could go try to find the item room and just take our fucking time now, because any amount easier that we can make the boss room to preserve somewhat of a deal would be nice. Although, I'm not really worried about it. This is a pretty good fucking run. Bethany's a pretty good character. And all we have to really do is beat Mom's heart 13, 14 times. I think they increase it every day. But those are some of my favorite endings in the game. They always have like cute little things to admire. All right, let's get this guy going. Pay out now with Spirit of the Night. You fucking... I did it! I said a bad word. Mark it down in the annals of history. The fucking cork is off. Time to say them all. Ooh, I'm angry. I'm gonna say a slur. We won't do that kind of content. Not right now. Maybe when I need more views and things are running dry, we'll pull a PewDiePie. But as for right now, we can keep it. We can just keep it to the good old-fashioned fuck word. I mean, who's not saying fuck these days, right? I work primarily with children, and if there's one thing I've learned about children, it's that when they become cool with you and think that you're like the cool dude that's hanging out with them, they will start cussing. And I don't think it's a normal thing that they do. I think it's just like, oh man, when you become an adult, you get to say fuck all the time. It's like, kind of like pepper, but for words, you know, just a little extra spice on everything. And so to impress you, they just try to say cuss words as much as possible. It usually makes me pretty uncomfortable, right? Like, I remember when I was a kid, I think I actually told the story last episode. I wasn't even allowed to say, like, shut up, crap. Dude, look at this guy. He's so cool. I wasn't allowed to say crap, fart, shut up. So, I mean, seeing kids say the things that I hear them say now, I'm not trying to be like one of those boomers that's like, oh, kids these days, they say all sorts of things that my nana would never approve of. I've heard my nana say some horrendous things. Satan rest her soul. She had that old school racism. That's a story for another time. That's a stream story. We'll keep a lot of the PG stories probably relegated to the channel, and then we'll tell some of the fun stories on the stream if I ever end up. Turns half hearts into full hearts. I should have been holding that for fucking forever. Spirit of the night. We don't take pills. The devil will try to tempt you, but we do not take pills. That's one thing I've never messed around with, you know? I have, you know, I'm not scared to say that I've experimented with drugs here and there. I think that might be a natural part of the college and young adult experience, but I've never done pills of any sort. That shit always just kind of scared me. I knew some people back in high school. One of them's name's Freckles. We call him that because he rides a horse everywhere he goes. Man, I don't think you guys know who Freckles is, but just in case, sorry, buddy. He used to take some pills back in high school. And all he would ever do, he and a few other friends that I knew, would take pills and then just be, not literally, but dead for hours at school. They would just put their head down on the desk and be conked. I don't know why the teachers were always cool with it. I guess they were just like, oh, well, Peter just popped another perky. Guess he needs a little nip nap. But they never said anything. I mean, what are you going to do, right? Yo, John, wake up, answer number 3, and piss in this cup for me. We got to talk to your parents later. Regardless, they never seemed fun to me. Plus, you hear all the horror stories of, you know, this guy took a pill and, you know, his heart fucking got sold to the mafia, or I don't know. You hear all sorts of scary things when you're younger. I want this bomb. Gamer. You hear all sorts of scary things about drugs when you're younger. And I was one of those kind of kids that believed everything you hear about drugs. I honestly, you probably can't tell this by looking at me. And by that I mean you absolutely can. I was one of those kids who was pretty straight edge and pretty scared of everything until the point where I wasn't. I remember when I kind of unlocked my bad boy phase was when I was about 18 or 19, and my friend at the time told me that barcodes were not the things that set off the door alarms at Walmart. And that activated a whole stage of delinquency for me. We're just going to go ahead and do a full dox of my history and crimes thus far. I think we've covered drug use. Let's go ahead and get into theft. It's important. And that started a kleptomaniac phase in my life, because until that point, for whatever reason, I thought that when they scanned the barcode at a Walmart or, you know, just any kind of place, that deactivated whatever set the alarms off. Turns out they just weren't related at all, which is probably common knowledge for any normal person. But when I learned that, man, I went off. I remember the first thing I stole. Well, one of the first things I stole. That sucks. Also, this Hungo Chungo could kill us. Okay, one of the first things I stole was a plushie of Turtwig. One of my favorite Pokemon. So, you know, at least it was justified. And I think the same time I stole a Minecraft Lego set. It was just stuff that like I wanted but didn't want to pay for. You know, the definition of stealing. I don't know why I broke that down. But like looking back, it's really silly, right? Like I'm glad that period of my life is mostly over. I don't just go, hey, you know, it'd be fun. Let's go to Walmart. This is such a good room. Let's go to Walmart and steal a bunch of shit. You know, I don't do that anymore. That's so good as well. What was I saying? Anyways, yeah, that was just a weird time in my life where I don't know. I just had never really done anything really bad before, I guess you could say. And so when I unlocked that potential in my brain, I went off. What I would do is I would go to Walmart and I had a large... God, I'm just realizing how cringy I was. I had a large black trench coat that was really thick for like winter times. And I would wear it into Walmart and just stuff it full with things. And I have no idea how I never got caught because it was the most obvious. I'm surprised I didn't wear like a fedora and like dark sunglasses. I would just walk into Walmart wearing this huge thick trench coat and be like, "Afternoon, gentlemen. I'm here to conduct ordinary business." And then I would walk out scrunching and crunching with just an absolute plethora of... This is amazing, by the way. An absolute plethora of goods that could only be described as your average children's wish list for Christmas. I'm Swiss Miss. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me. I remember one time I ran out of money, and my friend and I, the same friend who told me the infamous barcode situation, told me, no, we just went together. Also, Jesus Christ, I suck. Bethany, OP, by the way. Although this is a good run. I'm not going to sleep on this run. Anyways, me and my friend and I, we ran out of toilet paper and we had zero money. So the college that we went to, I'll tell you that in a later episode, we went to the student union building, took 2 backpacks, and stole literally as much toilet paper as we could fit into our backpacks. And, you know, what I learned from that experience, among many other things, toilet paper is not as good when it's not, like, pre-rolled. Having, like, a large, that's just straight up Isaac. Having, like, a large, just collection of, toilet paper kind of scrunched up into a giant ball in a backpack next to your toilet in your dorm room. Yeah, not the best way to handle the situation, if you get what I'm saying. We want strength in the world, I think. Yeah. I can't think of anything else major that I stole. I know one time I wanted a GameCube controller because I thought I was going to be a competitive Smash player for like a week. And we went to this place called Hastings, which is now closed, and I attribute our theft to the closing of that building / business. And we stole... We broke into a package of a GameCube controller. And my friend, the same Barcode Boy, that's what we're going to call him from now, is Barcode Boy, took the package out of the controller and cut his hand. Sorry. I was so exasperated by my own story. He cut his hand off on the box. Or he didn't cut his hand off. He cut his hand on the box. And there was blood all over the box. And he was leaking all the way out of the store. He was leaving a blood trail. We're like, dude, we gotta fucking go. They're gonna fucking track us by our DNA. Ah, shit, they're gonna find us, bro. We left the giant, large, bloody box on the bottom of the shelf in the middle of Hastings. And I don't think this should be taken that I'm glorifying these types of stories or this type of behavior. You know, I think there's something to be said about, like, how much money corporations make and how much they deserve and whatever, man. I'm not going to get into all that because I am not educated enough to discuss capitalism and stuff. But I like to pretend I am and seem that I am. There's something to be said for all that, but at the end of the day, you know, just, you shouldn't steal. I think these are just fun little, you know, recollections of a time where I was gangster. I would say for lack of a better term, but I think that is probably the exact term to use. Oh my god, the fucking... I think it's worth going to the library, honestly. I can't think of any other major theft stories. Outside of that, the times that I've stolen in my life have been primarily just like food and stuff. And it's never been out of like absolute necessity. Like if I don't steal this right now, I'll die. You know, it's more out of just like being kind of a delinquent. Fuck. God damn it. Where even? Look, kids, don't steal. All right. That's all I'm trying to say. Oh, I don't actually remember why, but I have Book of Shadows marked in my God gamer. I have Book of Shadows marked in my POG folder in my brain. It would be here. So let's hope that that comes to pass. Also, getting a secret room item as early as possible on this is so nice, because those are always the ones that are hardest to find, and I should have saved that bomb for the curse room, but it's gonna be fine. I'm gonna call it. We're still gonna get a deal. Maybe. And we can get the curse room after all. I don't know. What's your favorite theft story you've done as an adolescent or now? You know, I'm sure that... Told you we were gonna get a deal. I'm sure that there's a ton of fun stories that people have from theft nowadays. You know, theft isn't relegated to 18-year-olds and 12-year-olds. Oh, what does that do? Oh god, I assume when that wisp dies, I'm going to cause a fuck ton of bombs to explode everywhere. Also, this is so good. And also, I meant to hit myself so that I didn't get this deal. Whatever, man. I also remember, this came into my mind because I said cut his hand off. I remember when I was nice. I remember when I was a really young child, I was hanging out at my buddy Zach's house. This person probably won't be relevant to a lot of future stories, but I still probably just shouldn't say his last name. Yeah, we'll not say his last name, just to be safe. In the future, though, I think it's completely off limits. I was at his house for a birthday party, and we were playing Jak and Daxter for the PS1. Pretty much the best day you could have at that age. And Zach was a interesting individual. We were hanging out, and he bit his tongue, right? And he looks at me, and he goes, "Garrett, I just bit my tongue. I need you to get my mother." And starts crying. And I mean, like, really crying. So I'm like, okay, this guy needs his mom. I'm gonna go get his mom. And I go to her, and I go, "Hey, Zach bit his tongue, and he's kind of freaking out." And she goes, "Oh my god!" and runs across the house as quickly as she can to go find him. And I'm like, wow, he must have some kind of, like, I don't know, medical condition where he can't bite his tongue or something. I don't know. I couldn't even think of an explanation at the time. And I go in there, and she goes, "Garrett, damn it!" And I go in there, and I'm like, what? Zach wanted me to alert you of his tongue status. What's the problem? And she goes, "I thought you mini bit his freaking tongue off. Do you know how scared I was?" And even as an 8-year-old, I was just like, excuse me? You thought he bit his tongue off? I don't know, man. Maybe that's a parent thing. Do your guys' parents ever just go, "You'll understand when you're older"? I feel like that's one of the most commonly said things to me. Alright. Well, by my mom, not your guys' parents. We talk about other things. Regardless, I think we're going to finish up this fight now with It Lives, and unless the Devil Deal spawns, which I doubt it will, that's a win. let's watch this ending, because these are some of my favorite endings, and we didn't get to see the first one. Is this Ipecac? Is that later? Ah, rubber cement. Awesome. Yep. Yep. Me when I... Yo, super special rocks already. Let's go. All right, so we've got that win streak continuously bumping up. I don't know, this was a weird episode, right? But I had fun talking and recording in general. This one should go up on a Monday, so I hope that you guys have a great rest of your week. Next time we play, maybe we'll pick up with Samson and try to just go ahead and knock out like a quick one. We need to get all these It Lives kills knocked out as soon as possible to get this save file completed. But either way, we're going to get there as we get there. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. Just total Northern Lion copy. Either way, we'll be back soon with another episode. I've been Garrett of the Golden Fool, or whatever you want to call me, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks so much.